How's it going, everybody? It's Bart here, and welcome back to another video on the YouTube. It's been a fucking while, honestly. Haven't done a YouTube video in so long, but got some time now. Finally finished up the Playbook V2. So, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Bart. I've been trading for 5 years, consistently profitable for around 2.5 years now. Last year, I live streamed myself trading and proving my concepts in front of people's eyes. It's easy to talk about past profits. It's easy for these Instagram people to show off things they've done in the past. I did it live in front of people's eyes, and on those live streams, I achieved an 80% win rate and made over 6 figures for myself as a 21-year-old. Everything is documented on my YouTube channel. Every single live stream is there. I've been trading for 5 years, and I've gone through every single emotion a trader can go through. I think I've had probably one of the toughest journeys a trader can have. For you guys that know me, you know how bad it was. But if you guys don't know me, I borrowed a bunch of money. I traded with loans, lost all that money. I was in debt, didn't have any money to pay rent for a while, slept on my brother's couch. It was a rough time. So the trading journey fucked me up real bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It really messed me up. But hey, came out the other side just fine. A little traumatized, but just fine. It doesn't really matter how smart you are. It doesn't really matter where you come from. When you start trading, you'll start off as a blank canvas or as a block. And then slowly but surely, you have to carve yourself. You have to carve yourself into a statue. You have to carve yourself into the person that can be a profitable trader. I've learned that. It doesn't really matter. Like, everybody starts the same in trading. Everybody starts from zero because trading is so unlike any other business. Trading is so unlike any other profession. Everybody starts the same in trading, but everybody finishes differently. But there are 5 key lessons that I had to go through and learn the hard way. And luckily you're watching this video, so you guys will just get the sauce for free. While I had to go through the fucking fire to learn them. What did 5 years of consistent trading losses teach me? So first, it takes one bad trade to ruin months of progress. In trading, you have to be very used and very familiar to losing. In any other profession, in sports, in school, you were taught that losing is bad. In school, you failed a test, you got an F. In football, you lost the game, and that's it. You were a loser for that day. In trading, that is not quite the case. Some days you will lose, some days you will win. But on a long enough time frame, as long as you're net profit, that's what matters. Normal people can't think that far. This is why I said you have to sculpt yourself. This is one of the things I had to learn and unlearn. First of all, recency bias. Today doesn't really matter. It's the accumulation of a bunch of days that matters, not what you do today. If you take a loss today, it's fine, go to sleep, bro. But you guys that traded knows that when you take a big loss, especially if you just hit your stop loss and then after that, it runs your direction, you know how bad it hurts. It's the end of the world. It hurts physically into your core when you take a loss, right? And that's what it did to me in the beginning. So what I used to do is I used to trade like this. I used to have no stop loss. And I used to just stomach the drawdown until I came back to profit. So let's say I took a buy. Price could go down into drawdown and I could be minus 50% of my account, but I just let it run until eventually I come up to profit and then I close after a few pips. I thought, well, the price can't go down forever. Eventually the price has to find its balance. And when it does that, I'm out in a little bit of profit, right? So I can stomach the drawdown. I can stomach being down 50% at a time in my account as long as I come back to profit and then I close. Because if I don't close, I can't lose, right? No, that's not the case. The case is that, sure, it will work. Let's say you load up an account with $1,000. It will work. You will be able to maybe get it up to 10,000, right? If you're very good. But one day, if you don't have a stop loss, one day, price will just keep fucking going. I don't have enough fingers on my hand to explain to you guys how many times that happened to me in my life. I used to just put in a 200 bucks, enter a position, and then as soon as it went to profit, close. And I just did this. And then if it went to drawdown, I just waited for it to come back. And then I closed a slight profit. And I just did this over and over again. And I thought I was shit. But lo and behold, sooner or later, there's going to be this one trade where you enter a position, it goes against you, and then you're like, oh, seen this before. Let me just stomach the drawdown. Maybe I'll add a position to get a better RR. But let me just stomach the drawdown, and it'll come back to profit, and I'll close, right? But it doesn't fucking come back. That one time it doesn't come back. You can't close, right? Because you're too scared that if you close, prices after you close is going to come back, right? So you can't close. You can't accept the loss. You can't accept losing 50% of your account. But then eventually it's going to keep going, and then it's going to blow your account. And all those progress, months of progress, gone in one trade. It's the typical beginner journey, but please, I'm telling you guys, if you're in this, if the last time you did this was yesterday, stop. I promise you stop. It's so tempting and you feel like you're going to get away with it at some point. You're never going to get away with it. You're never going to get away with having no stop loss because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you 50x your account. If you don't have a stop loss, your stop loss is your whole account. So please use a stop loss because if you don't use a stop loss, your stop loss will eventually be your whole account and you will never get away with not using a stop loss. Number 2, everyone will think you're unemployed and coping. And that's okay. You're not doing it for them. So here's the thing. You can go and ask pretty much every single young guy, do you know what trading is? They're like, yeah, I tried putting into Solana. I tried trading crypto. And they don't understand that there's Forex trading. There's a bunch of different trading methods. But they will say, yeah, I tried to trade Solana. Yeah, I tried to put money in Bitcoin. Yeah, I tried Forex trading. I tried buying signals and stuff like that. But I lost all my money. It's a fucking scam. That's what everybody will tell you. Because every single guy and their mom has tried trading at some point. Because trading is purported in such an incorrect way throughout the whole industry. Trading is purported to be this thing where you can make a lot of money very quickly with no work. And so obviously for every young guy, that sounds very, very, very attractive. And they try it and they fail and they lose money. So to everybody, trading is a scam and it's really hard and it doesn't work. That's why when you start trading and you start trading for real, not bullshit trading, not following signals, not seeing some guy with a Lambo and thinking he knows everything, but actual real trading, which is based off statistics, probabilities, and numbers, you will see everyone will tell you that's just a scam, bro, you're wasting your time. And that's gonna be fine because they don't know. They've never done it. And then I ask you, why would you listen to somebody that's never done the things you want to do? Let's say you want to make it in trading. Let's say trading, you like trading, you enjoy it, and you want to actually learn. If somebody comes along and tells you trading is a scam, well, obviously it's a scam for you because you didn't fucking do it. You weren't able to pull through. You weren't able to see through the bullshit, so you failed. So the people that tell you that are just projecting their failures to you. They couldn't hack it. They couldn't do it. Therefore, they expect you to not be able to do it either. But that's bullshit. You want to ask the people that have done that. Go ask any successful trader, hey man, I want to start trading. They're like, oh good, just don't do this, just avoid this mistake and you'll be good, right? They'll tell you it works and they'll tell you what you need to avoid to get there. But if you ask somebody that failed at trading, obviously they're going to tell you it's a scam. That's like going to somebody that just got robbed by a black guy and asking him, hey, are black guys nice? Obviously he's going to tell you no. For his case, but that might not be true for you. Your best friend might be a black guy. Nobody can sit and tell you if you're going to succeed in trading. Nobody can sit and tell you if trading is the right thing to do or if it even works. All right? That's on you. That's up to you. So again, remember, always remember, you're doing this for yourself. Here's also one thing. As you start trading, things won't make sense immediately. In the beginning of your trading journey, you may fail a couple accounts, you maybe lose a bit of money. That's just a natural trading journey, right? But all those times you lose your account, all those times you're not making money, all those people will be right. So there will be a period when the people that doubt you will be right. When the people that said trading is a scam, they will be right. But you just have to ignore that. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Why would you tell anybody? You're doing this for yourself. This is you against you. So don't tell them anything. Because if you tell them anything, they're going to tell you, I told you, man, trading is a scam, bro. I tried it. It doesn't work, right? That's what they're going to tell you. And is that going to help you? Do you think that's going to help you? No, it's not. It's only going to make it worse. The opinions of people that haven't done what you want to do don't matter, all right? You listen to people that have actually done the things you want to do. You listen to people that have actually tried succeeding. Take it from me. I'm 21 years old. I dropped out of college. I haven't worked a normal job a day in my life. I was in 7 countries last summer and I paid for the trip through my phone while I was there. And I can tell you, it works. I've done it. Matter of fact, I've not only done it, I've done it live in front of people's eyes for over a year, live streaming on YouTube. So does it work? Well, you tell me. Third lesson, 95% of traders don't fail. They quit. I'm fully serious when I say this. The only difference between profitable traders and unprofitable traders is persistence. They throw around this statistic that 95% of traders fail. And people throw that around so their trading success can seem more glamorous, their trading success can seem more cool than it actually is. That's not the case, all right? 95% of traders quit before ever enjoying the fruits of their labor. All right, just think about it. If I quit after the first 2 years of not seeing a single penny, if I quit, I'd be one of those 95%, right? But now I'm not, which means that the only difference between me being a part of the 95% or me being a part of the top 5% is the fact that I just kept going. I'm not smarter than anybody else. I'm not better than anybody else. I didn't have a helping hand. I just didn't quit. So that statistic is false. And when you learn that, every single hardship, every single failure will be much easier to endure because you know that eventually, if you just keep going, you will reach the other side. You just know that everybody else, all the successful traders you see, they went through the same thing. Because here's the thing, most people still believe that 95% of traders fail because they're not good enough. That's what they believe. And so when they encounter an obstacle, when they're failing, when something's not working for them, they immediately think that it's because they're not good enough. They immediately think that that's a sign that they should quit. That's a sign that it's not working for them. But if you understand the statistic that 95% of traders quit, not fail, you'll have an advantage because you'll understand that every single obstacle you face, every single time you fail, it doesn't mean it doesn't work for you. It doesn't mean it's not working. It just means that it's a natural part of the game. And that's why knowing this statistic that 95% of traders quit, they don't fail, is such a powerful tool. Because then you understand that, all right, if I just don't quit, I'll be a part of the 5% eventually. While the other people think that because they're failing, because something isn't working, that means that trading isn't working. That means that trading is a scam and it doesn't work at all, which is complete bullshit. So immediately you gain a huge advantage just by understanding this statistic. That 95% of traders don't fail. They quit. They quit before ever enjoying the fruits of their labor. Trading means losing money for months or even years just to one day be able to make it all back in one trade. If you work at McDonald's, you work, you get your pay, you work, you get your pay, maybe you get a pay rise, and then you work and you work, you get a pay, right? That's how it works. It's linear. In trading, that's completely different. In trading, it's exponential, which means that in trading, you go like this, right? You go like this, maybe it's a little bit up and then sometimes even down, and sometimes you don't grow at all. Sometimes you're stuck here and then sometimes like this, and then one day when it clicks, this happens, boom. Whenever you feel like the process is taking a long time, whenever you feel like progress is slow, you have to understand one thing, that trading success is exponential. You get this click, you get this like light bulb moment above your head. And when that happens, everything changes. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not saying this is the case for everybody. I'm not saying this is even gonna be the case for you. It probably won't, because I had a really tough journey. But for me, I didn't make a single cent. I didn't see a single profit for 2.5 years. Imagine I did something, right? I did something, and for 2.5 years, the thing that I worked with didn't pay me a single cent. I worked for free, basically. I was a slave. But the last half year of that second year, meaning after 2.5 years, I was able to make all the money that I lost back in 6 months, just because something clicked. And for me, that was creating the no-wick strategy and creating the no-wick playbook, which is basically a playbook and a manual to show you exactly when you should enter a trade and when you should exit a trade. It's a blueprint with my highest win rate entry models that I use every single day to trade objectively and remove emotions from the equations. And if you want to get that and trade like me, link in bio. But that was what changed everything for me. And when that happened, when I got that aha moment, that light bulb moment, in 6 months, I made back everything I lost in 2.5 years. And that's what's going to happen for you as well, if you keep going. But that's what trading is. Trading means losing money until you eventually can make everything back in one day. Because the growth is exponential. So if you ever feel like it's taking a long time, if you feel like nothing is working out, trust the process. Trusting the process has never been more true than in trading. And the final thing is invest in education. People are so quick nowadays. I see my friends and people the same age as me. I see them spending $60 on the new game that came out. I see them buying clothes that they don't need, all right? They're so quick to spend money on things that will bring them entertainment and pleasure. But when it comes to this, when it comes to increasing their knowledge, when it comes to actually becoming a better person at whatever you're doing, they're so frugal. The most successful people that I know, personally, are the people that spend the most on education, right? They're very frugal. Trust me, I know successful people and they're very frugal. I know people that have millions and they go to one store instead of another because that has cheaper milk. But they also invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in education and educate themselves. You have your money, right? You have your income. Where you allocate that will tell you how much you get back. If you spend your money, if you get $100 and you spend that $100 on buying a new game, those $100 are gone. You received a bit of pleasure, but those $100 are gone forever. They will never come back. Instead, if you spent $60 or $100 on something like, let's say, the no-wick playbook, and you actually learn how to make the money back, those $100 can easily turn into thousands of dollars. And then you got a positive ROI. So you decide where your money goes. But remember, investing in education is investing in yourself. If you look at the last 5 years of my spending, 80% of all of the money that I've spent over the last 5 years, I have spent on education and my business. Nothing else. 20% I've spent maybe on travel, I've spent on maybe family, etc. But 80% of all the money that I made, I've reinvested in my business or I've spent on education. Because investing in education is ultimately investing in yourself. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. This was what 5 years of trading losses taught me. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. And again, don't just watch this video and then mental masturbate and think that you did something. You just watch the video, all right? Until you put these things that I just taught you into practice, it doesn't matter how many videos you watch, all right? But thank you so much for watching. If you stay to the end, remember, I'm going to drop a bootcamp, a free trading A to Z bootcamp on my YouTube channel this week. So don't miss that out. Drop a subscribe, drop a like. If you want to get every single entry model that I use on a daily basis, to read the charts like a book and to make the money that I made at 21, link in bio for my full playbook. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bard out.